So I recently got out of the theaters, saw Mickey 17, and I thought it was really good. It's directed by Bong Joon-ho, famous director, did Parasite, Snowpiercer, The Host, just to name a few. And to be clear, this movie is not on the level of something like Parasite, which is really high up in my opinion. But it's still a really fun time and a great movie to go out and see in theaters, which, quick sidebar, I went to see this in the theater I went to see this in. They have a big like picture screen, has a bunch of seats, right? For major movies, they anticipate bringing in lots of people, and then they have these tinier theaters off to the side. Like all movie theaters have these. And when I went to see Mickey 17, it was in the big theater. It was five people, including me, just all kind of scattered around. This was on like opening night basically too. Like it should have been like a filler, but no one was there. And then later, when I went to see The Monkey, which is a review that'll be posted later on, it was in a tiny theater. This movie's been out for weeks at this point. Way more people. Was like almost full, honestly, the tiny theater. It was like a couple of spaces between, but there were a lot of people there, which was wild to me. I have no idea how that works. That the whole thing about movie theaters is a whole other discussion. I just wanted to bring it up. Anyway, Mickey 17, newest movie by Bong Joon-ho. The main focus is about a character named Mickey, played by Robert Pattinson, who does a fantastic job in this. He feels like he's kind of living a dead-end life on planet Earth. Not much is working out for him, so he signs up to be on a job role known as an expendable, on a mission to go to a planet called Niflheim, where they're trying to basically make it livable, so people can move from Earth to Niflheim. It's a whole expedition, and his job is to do all the dangerous stuff no one else wants to, because they copied his DNA onto a hard drive, and so every time he dies, they can just print a new version of him. And he's printed from just like trash and plant matter and whatever else they find, so they can just make as many copies of him as they want. And he does all these dangerous excursions, dies, comes back, dies, comes back. One of the major themes about this is the efficacies of cloning, which this movie really gets into, but getting ahead of myself here. And I thought he did great in this, especially when later on we get to a point, and this isn't spoilers, by the way, this is in the trailer. He almost dies, but he actually comes back alive. They didn't know this, though, and they printed another Mickey. So now we have two Mickeys, 17 and 18, who are basically trying to live side by side. And it becomes this whole ethical problem of, should we kill both of them off? Should one of them be killed off? That is the central plot of this movie. Like I said, Robert Pattinson does amazing in this. He's really shown his acting muscles, and he does a fantastic job. Mark Ruffalo in this movie, his performance is very inspired. I liked it. I thought he was really good. I think it also helps that he has Toni Collette also with him, playing his like wife in the movie, and she has this whole thing about sauces that I think is such like a weird rich people thing, that it works so well in this movie, because like it's just odd and disturbing in a way where you're like, you know what, I can believe like rich people would do something like that. And I think that plays off really well with those two characters. Specifically, and I'm not going to get into details, but my favorite scene with everyone was the dinner scene. If you watch the movie, you know what I mean. But all the actors really stand out in their roles, and that especially Robert Pattinson, and it plays out amazingly. I love that scene. It's easily the highlight of this movie for me. I think its themes, like I mentioned, of cloning and colonization are pretty lighthearted. They're played seriously, but also in a lighthearted manner that I thought really worked for this movie, as it is more a comedy than anything else. They really played off those tones super well. It never feels disjointed at any point or anything like that. It is shot and edited well. This is a movie that I think easily could have been garbage if it weren't for Bong Joon-ho. If you put maybe a couple other directors behind this, I think they could have also done a good job. But like, Bong Joon-ho is what makes this movie good. I think it could have easily been garbage if a random director was just thrown behind it. It's got a really good premise, and I think he sees that and he really pushes for it, which is what brings that movie to the next level to make it great, right? My only thing that I didn't really like was the third act. The first two acts of this movie I thought were pretty great. It was building up. The third act feels a little different. Just as a whole, the movie feels like it just takes a shift that I didn't hate by any means. I still liked it. I thought it was good, but I would be lying if I said I enjoyed it more than the first half of this movie. Still good, but not as good as the first half. I still very much recommend you see this movie. I think it's great. And I saw an article about it as well, that it's projected to lose like $75 million in its theatrical run, which is wild to me. And that's like a whole discussion about movie theaters, that a whole video on its own right. But please, if you're thinking like, oh, I want to see it, but I don't know if it'll be good, please go see it. I guarantee you'll like it. It's a really funny time. Everyone does a great job. And it might even be a movie I buy on Blu-ray when it comes out. I got Parasite, so I'll probably get this next. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Mickey 17. Please go see it if you can. I thought it was really good. Let me know what you thought about it if you've seen it. And yeah, keep doing stuff. Peace out.